So I really wish I had been recording earlier. So the Dollar Tree is supposed to open at 10. It's now 10:52. And I already tried the door around 10:20. And I'm out here driving Uber and Lyft, so I'm taking my little break or whatever. But man, I'm telling you, to watch these people reaction that's coming up here. Like him, he telling her that is they not open before she walk up there. She want to go try that door herself. It's an old cat in this gray car. He done tried it. He walked up to the door, opened it. Pulled on it. It didn't open. So I said out loud to myself, I said, he gonna walk away and gonna come back and try it again. So he walks away, turned back. You can see he looked at the time like, yeah, it's 10. It's past 10. I said, he gonna try to open the door again. And I'll be damned if he didn't try to open the door again. Then he walks to this car over here and asked them what's going on. So these two cars just been sitting here. I know I'm an asshole, y'all, but I've been sitting here just watching people. The Pepsi man that came, he pulled all his pop out, put it on he had two dollies, pulled it to the door, just to pull on the door for nobody to be there. Then he left. He must have went on his route, did another drop off, came back, and tried to open the door again. Still nobody opening the door. So old man done pulled out and pulled back. He about to call the district office. He wants to know what's going on. I done drove. I done drove up here all this way, and this damn store ain't open. It's gonna be hell to pay. Dollar Tree, why y'all ain't open? This is what's going on nowadays with the work shortage. I believe that there are so many positions available and so less candidates to take these jobs. Then you have the other side of it where you have people that have been working at certain places for years, like myself, and are laid off waiting for their jobs to come back up. For whatever reason, especially if you are in the automotive industry. But here in Detroit, and I'm pretty sure other places in the world, or within Michigan, they were given extra $300 or more in people's unemployment checks. So what you had was people were actually making more money than they were if they were to go to work. So people sat around and collected the unemployment until they ended it. It's been some months since it ended. So now you have a lot of people, younger people, that are going back to work without that experience of even having worked. You having people that are older that haven't worked, that are coming back to work. So if you haven't been working, you don't even know how customer service goes. And I don't know, I was thinking, like, why would this store be closed? It's supposed to be open at 10 and it's now 10:56. Either the manager is irresponsible. He or she could be in that store on the floor, passed out. They could have had an emergency. Nobody else can open the store. I don't know. But I was just, maybe I'm petty, but this person right here been sitting here for a while too. I guess she figured somebody, would come. But the old man, he ain't leaving. He not giving up. He like me. I know y'all, but like I'm petty. But I was sitting out here, and as I'm sitting out here, people just kept pulling up, and it was just funny how they grab the door, walk away, turn around, and grab the door, like it's unbelievable. Now he looked like he worked here, because if he worked here, he late as hell. Let's see. Nope, he pulling the door too. Now he looking around. He know the store. He look at the time to see what time is open. He looking. He like, yep, it's past. So he just gonna walk away. But he do look like he work here. He got the black shirt on. So he walking away. He had the tablet with him. So but the job industry is so messed up that the regular rules don't even apply. I'm going in some of these places now, and I see people walking around with, Bluetooth speakers on their hip. Now these are in retail stores. So they walking around with Bluetooth on their hip, not super loud, but loud enough for them to do their work. You know that's not. Come on now. If I as an owner or a general manager came in, I would be like, you got to take that off. I'm seeing people walk around with do-rags on their head. Discussing things that they have no business discussing out in public in a retail setting. But what's so funny is the hiring process now, they want these young kids. They want their employees to be younger, from what I see. I can't speak for every but from what I see, my opinion. But most of them are not equipped to do the job. They don't know what customer service is. Like a lack of customer service can ruin your business. But not only that, I'm finding older people that are in retail stores have no idea what customer service is. When I walk through the door, a customer comes in, the customer walks through the door, you greet the customer. Hello, how are you? Hello, welcome to blah, blah, blah. You acknowledge them to let them know, I see you. You might even ask them, is there anything I can help you with today? Or is there a certain item that you're looking for? You may have your customers that say, no, thank you. I'm just looking, or I know what I want. I'm good. I know where it's at. But at least you ask. So you get it now where I don't care, women or men, where people don't greet you when you come in. They don't say hello. I've had several incidents where I walk into a retail, grocery store, or wherever, and as you're walking up to the person, to the counter, to the register, they'll just look at you as if you're supposed to speak to them because you came in their store, which is weird to me. So it goes back to, this store is supposed to be open at 10. It's now 11:02 and the store is not open. Like I say, I'm not in a rush to go in at all, and I'm probably going to drive off in a minute. But I was just thinking, like, it was funny because, like, I could call out exactly what I knew the person was going to do. You know, because at 46, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. The people, how they do, like him, look, he's still mad. The old man ain't left. He going over to the guy that he thinks work here. He want to go and see what's going on. He don't know this man from Adam, but he want to know what's going on. And he got all right to. You don't know, I saw a guy that walked over here, and where I'm sitting at, it's a long, like, it's a nice walk down this way. Then it's a hill you got to go down and come back up. And it's more of an industrial area right here. So I was thinking, like, wow, how far did that man walk to get to this store for the store to be closed? For the store not to be open? But it all goes back to customer service. And like I say, something could be wrong with the manager or whoever's supposed to open the store. You know, things happen. People get into, Lord forbid, into accidents. Like I say, somebody could be passed out in the store. You never know what's going on. But at the same token, if none of that is going on, where's this person at that's supposed to open the store? And, you know, I'm finding out if I go to 10 places, I'll give you at least 4 of them out of the 10. 4 out of 10 will have decent to good customer service. This old boy worked here, was supposed to come over here and do some work. He gone. But customer service is lacking. I think workers are not showing up to work. They treating the job like, how can I say it? They treating the job as a source of, when I want to work, I work. When I don't want to work, I'm calling in, or I'm just not coming in. They're not treating it as, this is something that's going to help me get to the next step, or pay my bills, or let me make my way up in the company. Now, every company is different. Some companies, it's really not even worth trying to make your way up in the company. But some companies, they do a lot of hiring from within. You know, and then sometimes you just got people that were not taught a good work ethic. So this is just the state of the country that we're in. And I think about it, even before we went through this pandemic, there was always customer issues. Even before the pandemic, it was always, you know what I'm saying? And I would want to say, okay, just in the hood, in the black neighborhoods, but no, it's all over. You know, you can walk into somewhere and people will act like you bothering them. And that goes for McDonald's too. You know, you'll get some people that'll be like, you know, welcome to McDonald's, how can I help you? Well, you get some people, you walk in and they just stand at the counter and look at you. Like, I'm not greeting you. If you want something, you gonna tell me what you want. Other than that, we gonna be standing there. Or they won't even greet you, they'll just say, you want to place your order? Not, and I know that ain't in the training manual, because I'm pretty sure the training manual probably says for you to greet the customer, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you? How may I help you? But we go into places now where floors are dirty. There's stuff all over the place. I went in Dollar General to get some stuff from out of there. I was going there to get a couple of items. And I just happened to go down the aisle where they have the books and, you know, the coloring books and stuff like that, because I was looking in the art supplies. And it looked like you had your regular books sitting on the shelf, and it looked like somebody was doing stock. And instead of them taking the extra books and putting them in the back, they took all of them and piled them on top of the other books that were already in the shelf. So you couldn't reach for a book without moving all the books off the top of the books. You know, I had took a picture of it, just was like, wow, and deleted. But it's like customer service is dead. And surprisingly, a lot of times you will go places, and I'm speaking as a black man, and expect to get horrible service and end up getting the best service. First time I went down to Tennessee, Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg, I was expecting to get, you know, some type of racial incident or something like that. And that's sad to say, but as a black man in America, that's what we are used to. And everywhere we went, we had good customer service. She's gonna grab that door again. Watch. Told you, she grabbed it again. So it's now 11:09. Haven't seen anybody in the store moving around. Just customers pulling up and leaving. Like I say, I'm taking my break. It's slow out here, so I'm just relaxing. And then I'm gonna get back out here and start driving. And then, you know, people say, well, if you get bad customer service, just don't go to the store no more. But a lot of times, people don't want to go a mile or 2 miles out their way to go to the same store that's right by their house. But a lot of times people do. So it also goes back to the same thing about black businesses. People say you need to support your black business, patronize them. You know, you'll give them your money to every other race in the neighborhood, Chinese, Chaldean, Arabic, but you won't give to the black owners. So you say, well, they rude. Every time you go in there, they this is ghetto, blah, blah, blah. But you got the same type of people that's working in these other stores. If you go to a Chaldean store, which in Detroit are the most liquor stores or gas stations, they disrespectful in there a lot of times, calling the black women baby, hey baby, hey honey, trying to talk to the black women, knowing, to be honest, if you try to talk to somebody of their race, it's going to be a problem. Stores not clean around the outside, trash everywhere, but they don't live in the community, and we still patronize them. So what do they care? A lot of times you go in these gas stations, you have expired food, expired candy. One time I went in the gas station, and the gas station faced like majorly where the sun came, where they had the candy rack was right in the sun. And at the time I didn't pay it no mind. Bought the candy, walked out the gas station, drove off, and by the time I opened the Kit Kat, I could tell he just gonna keep pulling. He gonna look at the time, he gonna pull one more time. He check his watch, yep, and he want to give it the next pull. Wait, he want to give it that pull. But I had the Kit Kat. I'm driving, open it up, and the whole Kit Kat was white. And I'm talking about ashy white, like I get ashy if I don't put on lotion when I get out of the shower. So I could tell that the candy bar, by the shape of it, once I looked at it, had melted and then turned back into a solid when it cooled off, like chocolate does. So I turned back around, went to the gas station, and got my money back. But I guarantee you that gas station owner did not take those candy bars off the shelf. So, you know, a lot of times we'll go into black businesses and say this about them and that about them. And we'll say, well, I'm not patronizing them no more. That's the last time I go in there. Every time I go in there, they got a bad attitude, blah, blah, blah. But it's everywhere. But the only thing is, when it comes to everybody else, we go back. Except when they black. So, as you see, you got people that's walking. You don't know how far these people walking from school or whatever. It's 11:15 now. Store was supposed to open at 10. I don't know. This is the state that we are in. Then on the worker side, I also look at it as it is. If you're a worker and you're in fast food, or you do a lot of, when you're dealing with the public, anytime because I was in retail for a while, and when you're dealing with the public, if you have a job or you're in an area where you deal with a lot of junk, I mean, people coming in stealing, people doing this, people doing that, and you like, oh my God, I got to get up, I got to go to this place. And you like, I don't feel like dealing with these people. And don't get me wrong, you always have your customers, your regulars that will come in and brighten up your day. Some old man or old woman that come in and y'all will sit and talk for 15, 20 minutes, or a younger person, whatever. And you have those people that make the job a joy. But a lot of times, you'll run around and find all these customers that come in with bad attitudes. I don't even know you, and you mad. Or I tell you what company policy is, and you get mad at me. I worked at Papa Romano's for a while, which is a pizza place out here in Michigan. And I remember a guy wanted extra Parmesan cheese. And I asked the manager. The manager said it's 25 cents. This was way back in the day. I was still in high school. The manager says 25 cents for a little container of Parmesan. And the guy told me, man, F you. I know what time y'all close. I'll be back. Over 25 cents. Now the black lady just told this lady that the store was closed. It was still locked up. But she got to see for herself. And she got to pull the door. Some people just got to see for themselves. But so I see the other side of customer service where some, they start off sweet and kind and concerned about the customer when they come in and they're good at their job. Then it becomes, after a while, they become sour. But they don't quit the job for whatever reason. They just care less. They do less. And their attitudes change. Don't get me wrong, some people are just evil. Some people do not need to be in customer service whatsoever. They only need to be customers. That's it. They don't need to work. No, they don't need to work with people at all. If they can have a job where they worked in the corner, that's where they need to be at. Because that's how bad their attitude is. So, and then, you get this, customers start talking to each other like, yeah, they supposed to be open and this and that. Somebody gonna call the district manager or the district office or something. But, and I've guaranteed that the store owner has probably missed out on probably over $100, $150 or less. I mean, we're talking about this $1.25. Even though a lot of times you can go in here and think you're going to spend $2 or whatever, and you end up spending $40-50. So, who knows how much this person is missing out on. But also, as a person that works in a store, you also have it where they're dealing with management. And a lot of times when you're in a sales position or, working retail, dealing with management is not always easy. And that can be at any job. And, they say when you working, BS always runs downhill. It never goes uphill. So whatever your manager is dealing with, from the district manager or whoever else, it's rolling straight down to you. Or you may just have a-hole manager or boss. Just mean for no reason, vindictive, all types of stuff. Some people, you end up having great bosses or whatever. But I find it in the city, you'll deal with a lot. I worked at Radio Shack for a while before, years ago in my 20s. And I dealt with the Max. I worked in Highland Park, Michigan. And I dealt with crackheads, dope fiends, people that would come in, steal batteries. I had a woman come in with her children. She kept coming in, and it was getting around Christmas time, and she kept coming in, and she would come in, go to the remote control area where the remote control cars were. She would ask all the questions about these remote control cars. Okay, what battery goes with the car? How many batteries does the remotes need? And this and that or whatever. Which car is the faster? And she would ask her sons, which one do y'all like? So after about 3 times of her coming in the store with her children, one day, it was a winter day, a couple of weeks before Christmas. It's a winter day, those winter days with snow outside, but the sun's shining bright, and you feel good, anticipation for the summer, because the sun is just beaming that hard. You like, it's, it's a good day or whatever. And I see a car pull up. And I see these kids get out. And I know these kids because the parents, the mom and them have been in the store several times. So in my mind, I'm like, here we go. Here they come. But this time, the mom doesn't come in. So what happens is the kids come in the store. Says speak to them or whatever. So your mom not coming in? They like, nope. I'm like, all right. So I'm, get to talking to my co-worker. The kids each go to different parts of the store. One grabs the car, one grabs the battery pack, one grabs batteries, and they all run out and jump in the car. Same old man, he coming back again. He got a check. He pissed now. So they run out the store with all the stuff, jump in the car and drive off. And in my disbelief and sadness of what I had just saw, I didn't even run out the store. I didn't. And it's like, I just watched and it was like, wow, and I understand sometimes people can be in poverty and you could tell the mama probably was on drugs or whatever, but to stoop so low as to train your kids on how to steal and set them up for failure, set them up for a criminal record, or to believe in life, I don't have to work for what I want because I can go get it from somebody else. And now don't get me wrong, either way you do it, whether they learn it from friends growing up or learn it from a parent, it's bad. But let me explain this. When I was growing up, I knew of people that would do B&Es, breaking and entering. And I remember a girl in the neighborhood, her brother got shot and killed doing a B&E. They weren't raised like that. She wasn't like that. But the thing about it is that he learned that on the streets. And then took it upon himself to try to be a pro at it and got killed before the age of 18. But it's another thing for a parent to teach a child by any means necessary. If you can't pay for it, go steal it. So if you teach a child that if you can't pay for it, go steal it, even when the child can pay for it, they're going to go steal it. And the child is going to believe that I don't have to work. Why should I have to work when I can just take what I want? But this is the society that we've been in for the longest. This is the society that we live in. But customer service is different, in my opinion, when you're in a neighborhood, a black neighborhood, or a poor neighborhood, or less desirable neighborhood. Because if I was looking for a job, if I was looking to work at Dollar Tree, I would not look to work at a Dollar Tree in Detroit. I would try to find one somewhere in the suburbs, because I would not want to deal with the issues that these people deal with in the city of Detroit. And then a lot of times when you walk into these different stores, they reflect the neighborhood that they're in. dirty floors, stuff not always on the shelves, but it's still on the floor in the boxes, unpacked. People wearing a personal radio, Bluetooth, walking around the store with do-rags. People in the store that work there talking like they at home, talking with their homeboys or talking to their cousin, cussing up a storm, playing inappropriate music because you in the hood. And they feel like, hey, I'm in the hood, I got to deal with this, so I'm going to make myself comfortable. At least that's what I can do, is to make myself comfortable in this environment, even if this is where I'm from. And I'm not saying that it gets better in some suburbs, because some suburbs are low income areas and white areas, and you get the same thing. The store reflects the neighborhood that it's in. You know, you had the same thing with McDonald's. Or any other restaurant, especially franchises nowadays. You can go to Burger King and they'll tell you they out of meat. I've been to Burger King and they've been out of buns. How does that happen? I've been in Burger King, waited in a line for 15, 20 minutes just to get up to the register to be told, to the register window, pickup window, to be told or to pay, we're not accepting debit cards. The machine is down. Hey, okay. But shouldn't you have told me that when I placed my order, just in case? Because nowadays a lot of people use their debit card. Why wouldn't you say that? I remember my mother ordered some KFC and she picked it up, and her and her boyfriend at the time, they were headed back to his house, which was way on the other side of town. But she got on they got on the freeway almost to the house. She opened the box. Somebody had ate their food, that one of the workers, and left the bones in the box. And somehow that box got folded and put into her food. Can you imagine getting halfway home, or probably all the way home, to find out that somebody at the store was eating and left their bones in a box, sold it to you? How does that happen? Why were you eating where you cook? Why weren't you back in the break room or the office? Or why weren't you outside on the other side of the counter in the lobby eating? But like I say, the service usually coincides with the neighborhood. That's why most restaurants in Detroit that you walk into, Coney Islands, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, if you walk in, the gas station, liquor store, they behind glass, bulletproof glass. Or should I say bulletproof plastic. Then when you go to other places outside the city, Now, don't get me wrong. There are some suburbs that you go in the gas station, they still had a plastic. But you go outside the city, in these places that you go in, there's no plastic. There's no divider. You can walk straight up to the counter and interact with the person. But not in the city. And like I say, it all goes to those stores reflecting the neighborhoods around them. And also the pay. I believe that if you work in a major city where there's high crime, they should come out with a bill that you make more. Period. You get more money because a lot of times you putting your life on the line just going to work. Some may say, "Oh, that's beyond." Well, I can tell you, I worked in the neighborhood. Like I say, when I worked at Radio Shack, I was robbed at gunpoint. I had was making a bank drop. I had my phone snatched off my hip by a crackhead, and this was all within Highland Park, and took off running. We had the kids that came in and stole. I just talked about that. We had the crackhead that I had that was hiding behind a battery rack, stealing batteries that I had to chase out the store. And I actually locked the door. Got him to drop all the batteries. And we went through this for a good 5 minutes. Come on, man. I know you got more batteries. And every time I would say it, he would pull out more. So he took off running. First, he tried to knock me out the way to get out the door. Once he did that, I was like, that's assault right there. I told my coworker, because I was assistant manager, I'm like, call the police. And at the time, I was just playing. Just trying to scare him enough to get him to stop coming in the store. My man takes off running, bolts through the back with a stock area, and runs out the back door. So, when you're in the city and you're working, there are so many variables to being a customer or being an associate at one of these stores. And I've been going on for 43 minutes and some seconds. If anybody is still watching this video, because I know a lot of times people don't watch the videos to the end. But this store was supposed to be open at 10. It is now 11:35. I haven't seen one person walk up. I'm talking about on the inside of the store. Walk up, look out. I haven't seen one person walk through any of these aisles that I'm, can see from this point, on this viewpoint. And I'm just chilling because it's slow out here. The rides that are popping up right now, until lunchtime, it's going to be slow. So I'm just chilling. And I really, in my mind, had a plan on going in here and showing that you can do start your garden for under $10 or maybe even under $8. And I was gonna get 4 packs of seeds. I was gonna get 4 pots, a bag of dirt, and see if we could happen for under $10. But after I saw the store was closed, I decided to sit out here. Now this lady right here, she been sitting here for a while too. She's been sitting here for a good 30 minutes. I guess she figured the same. Because, you never know. Somebody might have something very important that they have to do. And they wanted to grab some stuff from the dollar store. And as you can see, people still pulling in. It's 11:37. And nobody is open the store. And then, when you talk to people about, those that don't have jobs or looking for jobs, they'll tell you, oh, I couldn't do customer service. I can't deal with people's attitudes. Or they work retail in the past and they like, I'm not doing it. Doing customer service is, not easy. And then, a lot of times they have these people that are doing multi things or, multitasking. I notice when you say like you work at a Dollar Tree or you work at a place where you have to stock the shelves, you're going to be multitasking. If they don't have somebody there, doing trucks, putting, when the stuff come in from the truck, the boxes have to be open, stuff has to be put on the shelf. They need somebody at the register. Somebody wants balloons. It's like when you go into a 7-Eleven. You go into a 7-Eleven, that person is doing so much inside that 7-Eleven. They are responsible for ringing you up. They have to make sure that the coffee is made. And it don't be like 1 or 2 coffee mugs. It's like 12 or 14, 15 coffees, different kinds that they have to make every morning. Then they have to refill the creamer, all of that. Then they have to stock. They have to make the hot dogs, the this, the that. So, a lot of these people are multitasking, doing so much. But, it all goes down to customer service. So when I get good customer service, I tip good. Some people don't believe in tipping. And if you don't believe in tipping, don't come around me. I believe because a person can do the bare minimum. And then you have those people that go beyond. They will make sure that your water is always filled. They'll make sure whatever you drink is always filled. Sometimes they'll give you free stuff that they know they're supposed to charge you for. You have some restaurants that only have like one-time refill. And then once you have that refill, they're done. And sometimes you have a waitress that'll be like, don't worry about it. They'll pour you another one. I know places that do that with the coffee. And he warning her that the store is closed. Instead of just going to get in his car, let her find out. He been waving that like that for the last 5 minutes. Now he about to go back and check. So look at it. He wants to make sure she don't. Well, all that he doing, he could have been and went on about his business. But yeah, a lot of these people are doing a lot. Then you have people that come to us, work at a place, managers that end up working the whole store by themselves. At least 4 or 5 times a week because people call in. We all have our own reasons. People don't want to come in for whatever holiday. People don't want to come in because they just hit a lick at the lottery. People don't want to come in because they don't want to get out to bed. People don't want to come in because they don't have a babysitter. And that manager is left to deal with everything else. I owned a cleaning service. For 3 years, I ran a commercial cleaning service. Owned and operated. And I would usually have 1 to 2 employees. And I cleaned a factory. And I had 2 other places that I cleaned, another small factory and an office building. And when I would have call-offs, whenever, it don't matter. I had to clean the whole building by myself because my customer didn't care if my people called off. All they know is that we pay you, and in your contract says from Monday to Friday, you're going to come in and you're going to clean this building regardless of what's going on. So a lot of times I would have to come in here by myself and clean this whole factory from front to back by myself. So I know a manager's job is not always easy. Sometimes a general manager's job is not all that easy. And then when you get down to the employees that's making less, you know, you make their job too hard, they're like, I'm gone. You know, I'll put you in for some other job. And then if you don't have the skill trades, or if you don't have something other than a high school diploma, if you haven't been trained to do anything and you just got basic skills, a lot of times you can be stuck with basic jobs. And sometimes them basic jobs just don't cut it. Not only does the pay not cut it, but your all around satisfaction with life is not going to cut it. You know, you want to travel, you want to do this and that or whatever. You want to move to another place, and the income won't cover that. What they say, the ends don't justify, the means don't justify the ends. So that's customer service for you. Like I say, I'm not mad that the store is not open when it's supposed to be, because you never know what happens. You never know if the person got a call for a family member that was whatever, and they had to leave, take somebody to the hospital or anything, and they was like, you know what? I don't make that much. I need to take my child to the hospital, whatever the case may be. Things happen. People decide, you know, what's more important. What's on high on the priority list. So I've been here on this video for going on 54 minutes. Maybe you say that's petty, but I just got to thinking about, you know, and I've been on looking at different jobs lately. I've been with my company for 12 years, and I've been looking up different jobs lately. And there's not a lot of jobs that are different as far as like what you normally see. You know, the only thing I see different nowadays is she gonna pull this door to her excuse me, hair fall out. Look at her. She's like, what the? They came up here? This is ridiculous. And I'm gonna pull the door one more time. Go ahead, pull it. It's like, well, maybe. Nope. Go ahead, pull it again. You know, the only thing I see different nowadays is with cannabis being legal in Michigan. I see a lot of jobs for either what they call them a bud tender, and that's working at a dispensary, selling weed, being customer service. I see jobs for people to trim the weed. That's the only thing new. And if you don't have, I don't have no degree. I got a high school diploma. I've been blessed to find good paying jobs. Before I was at, I'm in the automotive industry. So before I was at this job, which I've been going over 12 years, the job I had before that was automotive. I was in for 8 years. But, if you out there looking for a job, don't give up until you find that right one for you. If you're in customer service, or if you're in a job that you don't like, start thinking of a business plan. Make that job a stepping stone into the area. Use the job as a stepping stone to pay for what you want to do. Whether it's going back to school, taking one class at a time, whatever it may be. If you want to start a business, take that money and use it to go to the next level. And for those of you that are in customer service, and you got a bad attitude, or you've had complaints about your attitude or being rude, take a look at within yourself and ask yourself, is it fair to treat every customer that way? These customers that you've never seen before, not these customers I'm talking about that come in all the time and give you headaches and this and that and argue with you, but those customers that come in, you don't know them, you never met them, is it fair for you to give them a bad attitude when they don't deserve it? And for those customers out there, think about that person that's behind that counter, behind that register, just waiting on you, that's helping you find the right shoe size. Think about what they deal with all day. Have some compassion. Because I know if you going to Foot Locker, whatever shoe store you going into, that's a hell of a job, because you dealing with feet all day. And some of y'all don't even want to deal with your own feet, let alone other people's feet. Then you're dealing with customer service with Corona out here. And they got to wear a mask and all of this. So on both sides, praying for y'all. I don't even want to end this video. I don't know why. It's just like, life is something else, man. This country is something different. Where are we going? Is it going to get better? Or does each individual person just have to do something to make it better? I don't know if I'm talking crazy or what, but man, especially in the United States, we are a fast-paced country. We believe in working till you die, working till you damn near, by the time you retire, you just barely getting by, holding on, or paying bills, or whatever the case may be. And in other countries, they slow down. They retire earlier. Some countries, when I was in Costa Rica, they used to say pura vida. It's like relax, chill. You hear in Africa, they say it's not the real saying, but akuma matata. It's like slow down, relax. Slow down, relax. I don't know, y'all. All I gotta say is, like I said, I'll be praying for y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.